Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Unprofessional with Daniel Salla. Here with my co-host Jazz in the studio. What's going on, Jazz?
Ringo, bro.
Everything's. It's cold. It's very cold still. I don't like the cold.
Is it cold?
I mean, it's cold outside. It's not cold in the studio,
I mean, I'm not cold. I'm not cold outside either.
but I mean, it's not as cold as it has been. But like next weekend, it's just be like the low of like zero.
I'm from Chicago. We
Sick.
call this spring.
um,
The city of
Chicago got hit pretty hard, didn't it? With
Yeah,
snow?
my grandma, she's back home. She texted me saying they got like 4 to 8 inches of snow,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I missed that because I just bought $70 boots, $70 boots, just like for the sole purpose of walking in snow. Every time we get snow, it melts like the day after.
Yeah, we had talked about this in class because you were talking that you had bought boots, but you haven't been able to use them yet.
Yeah, because every single time we get snow, even though it's just an inch, barely an inch, barely a centimeter, it melts the day after.
See, my thing is I'm not huge on snow, but if it's going to snow, I want it to snow like a foot of snow. I want a foot of snow on the ground. I don't want it to melt the next day.
I just want enough snow to justify my purchase of those $70 boots.
You want to get your money's worth out of these boots.
Exactly.
Man,
$70. I could have bought anything else with that.
my thing is like, yeah, the snow isn't bad, but when there's ice on the roads, that's when I get sketched.
Oh yeah, well
That's
yeah.
when it's like, that's when I want to be in like, I don't even know. Like, I used to live in Mississippi. Do you know that?
I did not.
I used to live
I got family down there.
in Mississippi, but we moved back. I was born here in Illinois, but we technically had moved down there when I was really young. But we moved back when I started kindergarten.
Right.
But we had we still go back. It's cool. I remember Mardi Gras
I have not been down there in
and
years.
all that stuff. Yeah, dude. It's one of those things. I've just seen it so much that like, I don't know if I'd live there, but it's definitely cool to see.
I don't get how people can live there.
You know, what is it about there that you wouldn't like? Why wouldn't you live there?
There's
Just
there's
because-
nothing because it's a lot like Lincoln.
because there's nothing.
There's nothing.
Uh,
You have to drive miles
Right.
just to get like a Big Mac.
Where we live, there's actually a really good seafood place
Oh really?
down the street, but yeah, it's like an hour from New Orleans where we live, and I remember going down to like Bourbon Street and the French Quarter during Mardi Gras.
Right.
It was cool stuff. Probably not a place that a little kid should have been, but you
Yeah.
know,
Like I imagine places like this and Lincoln, places like that and Lincoln would probably be a good place. For a kid, it's probably a fun place to be. Riding bikes during the summer.
in Lincoln, you mean?
Yeah, in Lincoln,
Yeah.
riding bikes, going to the park, riding all downtown. But then as you get older and older, you find less stuff to do, and that's when you start getting into like the crazy stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like as you get older, it's easier to get bored,
Yeah,
and it's easier, and
to fall into the wrong
yeah,
activities.
yeah. I mean, I've been lucky. I've really never gotten into anything like seriously bad, but like it's definitely easy, and especially like in a small town, I feel like every small town has its own pocket of like shady
Yeah, exactly.
things going on. And
Exactly.
I've never grown up in a bigger city, but I assume it's worse. Maybe worse, maybe.
Yeah, it's worse than in the big city.
But yeah, like I've driven because you live in Chicago,
Yeah.
and I've driven through Chicago, and I've stayed like a couple nights in Chicago, but I've never spent a very long amount of time in Chicago.
Because, like, if you live in somewhere here, it's very likely that someone can say, I've done everything while being there their whole life. If you live in Chicago, the chances of someone living that long and saying, I've done everything is very slim.
Yeah, because there's compared to like here, smaller towns, there's like so much in Chicago to do.
Like, up until this, I lived in Chicago for about 22 years of my life. I only had
Oh.
Portillo's last year.
Oh man, I've never even had Portillo's. So
Portillo's is a
there you
mainstay.
go.
Everyone in Chicago's had Portillo's.
Now you
I've
gotta
only
tell
had
me about it.
I've only had it last year.
See, now you gotta tell me about it.
Oh, it's good. It's
Like,
good.
what is it? Like,
Uh,
what are they?
Burgers, hot
Burgers?
dogs, shakes. My favorite is the chocolate cake shake. They literally go in the fridge, take out a plate of chocolate cake, walk over to the blender, and just
Just put a chocolate cake
toss that
from
shit
the freezer. Is that what you said?
from the fridge. Toss that shit
Fridge.
in there. Couple of scoops of ice cream, and then blend that. It's so thick.
I bet that is really good. I ain't
It's
even gonna
thick.
lie.
The straw is like it's like this.
That just gives me a heart attack just thinking about it.
It really is good.
Man, so it sounds like it's like a A&W DQ type, like maybe,
Uh,
but better, obviously.
Way better.
But a better, yeah. See, now I got it. Now you got me curious.
See, I looked at you like, don't you dare compare it to DQ.
I'm not saying DQ's
Hop
better.
over this desk and whoop your ass.
I'm
Say
not
DQ.
saying DQ's better or nothing, but I'm just saying like you make it sound like it's amazing.
It is
And now I'm
good.
curious. Yeah, I know Chicago has like its own like they have restaurants that maybe people not from Chicago would have no idea.
Yeah, there's way more culture there.
Yeah, compared to to Lincoln, you're
Like-
saying?
Like the most all you guys have is not even Italian, just frozen Italian, frozen Chinese.
Yeah, because I'm not from Lincoln, but like I know a lot of the restaurants here have shut down. Like there used to be a Taco Bell that shut down. There used to be
That's not authentic.
well, it's not authentic, but there used to be a Pizza Hut that shut down. I was driving past, and a Pizza Hut, they got like the dome thing. That's how they're set up.
Yeah, you can always tell whenever a building used to be a Pizza Hut.
Right. So like I was driving by when school first started, and like they painted it brown, and I was like, oh, it's a condemned Pizza Hut.
Sad. That's a bad
Man.
sign.
It's like, geez, but
Because
man.
of COVID, everything's shutting down.
Yeah, it's crazy. A bunch of small businesses and everything, but
Gordman's closed down.
there's a funny story. There's been a Gordon's in this town called Pekin
Yeah.
that I go to for my groceries and stuff. And it's been closing for years and years. Like I swear it's been closing since I was in like 6th grade.
We learned about that in I forgot what class it was.
Yeah, it's
Media management and sales.
right. Yeah, they said like
Whenever a business says they're going out of business,
yeah, they're just kind of maybe not bluffing, but they're
it's to give the illusion that they're going out of business. That way, people will rush into the stores more.
yeah. We're
And-
not saying we're not what is that shading on Bergner's. We're just
Who's we?
Yeah, maybe you are. Maybe we are. Maybe
I have
we
no
are.
idea who they are. I don't care about them.
Bergner. You've never heard of Bergner's? Is that a local thing?
I guess so. It's like Piggly Wiggly.
Bergner sells like clothes. It's like a J.C. Penney.
Oh.
It's a clothing store. Yeah, you're right though. It's like I hate like when stores do that where it's like we're going out of business.
6 years later,
6
going
years
out of business.
We're still going out of business.
It's a slow burn.
It's a slow burn. Man, I gotta watch WandaVision.
Oh.
I do.
Okay, now we're
Yeah.
getting into the juicy stuff.
Yeah. So because I love Marvel. I love superhero movies, superhero culture just in general.
Do you have Disney Plus?
I do have Disney Plus.
Now, what are you
I
doing?
haven't had the time. I haven't. School's been busy, and
You can't spare like 20 minutes?
I probably could. I just need to sit down and actually do it, man.
Oh yeah, if you ever do watch it, here's a tip.
Yeah.
Once the credits start rolling,
Yeah.
I don't care how much time it says you have left, just skip to the next episode.
Yeah. Don't waste time.
Those credits are long. Cuz then they got the made up show credits.
Yeah.
Then they got the show credits.
Right. Yeah, no, it's I'm definitely have to watch it because I've always loved superhero, just culture in general. I've always been a bigger fan, I think, of of Marvel than DC.
In terms of movies,
In terms of movies, I feel like DC for a while had the TV show market kind of
oh yeah, they have the TV.
cornered.
They have the TV show game on lock.
Right, but it's
The
not.
Flash,
Yeah,
Arrow.
Yes, sir.
And that was on like live TV. Marvel thought they could do it by having exclusives on Netflix.
Yeah.
That didn't turn out too well.
Man, I'll tell you what, because I want to talk about that now. Daredevil was amazing.
Daredevil got robbed.
I absolutely loved Daredevil, and it broke my heart when they went off the air.
It got robbed.
I liked the Punisher was pretty good. Wasn't a big fan of like, well, I don't want to say that. Jessica Jones was.
I have not seen Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones is alright, but like, Iron Fist was.
Luke Cage.
Luke Cage was. That got good. That got good.
Luke Cage was good.
That got good. I wasn't big on it at first, but then like as it went, I was like, this is good.
As soon as Rosario Dawson came in, I'm like, oh. Okay, now this show's got some plot.
But she was in a lot of them once because she was a nurse.
Yeah.
Is that the whole? Yeah. I felt like she was in a few of those shows, maybe. But Daredevil was just amazing, and there's rumors that he's gonna reprise his role for the Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, although it might just be as his lawyer.
Right, but still, it's like you get to see him. Yeah, man. I'm happy that Marvel's starting to like get into the TV game and like being successful because they had
this is our first taste of Marvel content within like a year since COVID, right?
Yeah,
a year.
I think so. Yeah.
And man, what a magnum opus Marvel did with WandaVision.
That's what I hear. You know,
they came back big.
Well, because we talked about this off the air. They tried it with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
And that was all right. Like, the first 2 seasons was okay, but then it was like, it kind of got...
It relied too much on the movies.
Maybe. Because I honestly fell out after maybe the 3rd season. I was like,
It was kind of like the Marvel cartoons. Like, remember Avengers, Earth Minus Heroes?
Yeah.
That was good because it was its own thing.
Right.
Then Avengers Assemble, I think, came out.
Right.
And that relied heavily on the success of the first Avengers movie. Right. So they changed a lot of things.
Man, I remember when Disney Plus first came out, one of the first shows I watched on there was the old X-Men show.
Oh,
it was such a good show, dude. Oh, man. Disney, like, they've got a lot of good, like, throwback shows on there.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I remember, like, one of the first ones I watched was Gargoyles.
Gargoyles.
I remember when that was on when I was a kid. Like, I didn't understand any of it, but I loved it. Like, it was great, you know? But, yeah, dude, Marvel, it sounds like it's making a great comeback with the show, and I definitely want to watch it.
Yeah, they got WandaVision, and then they got Armored Wars, Loki, Captain Falcon and Winter Soldier, or just Falcon and Winter Soldier?
I think Winter Soldier is part of it. I don't know. I
know. No, not like the title.
Right.
I forgot. I think it's either Captain Falcon and Winter Soldier or Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Right. Yeah. No. It's they got a lot on hand coming up, and I'm excited for it. Because if any of these shows are anything like WandaVision, from what I've heard.
No, I think Captain Winter Soldier. It's gonna be like basically what you would expect from an MCU joint. As it were, lots of action, fights.
It's a TV show, though, right?
Yeah, it's more action oriented than WandaVision.
It's more story.
It's more story. It's a slow burn.
Right.
But it's a good slow burn.
Right. So, what are some of your favorite just TV shows? Like long term, like story TV shows that you've watched.
So TV shows with lots of story and character.
Just TV shows that you've enjoyed. That you're like, man, that's like one of my favorite shows.
I like WandaVision. There's WandaVision, Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec is great. Ron Swanson.
I think I like.
What a guy.
I'm probably gonna get lynched or something for this, but I like Parks and Rec more than The Office.
Really?
I really do.
Yeah.
I like the characters on Parks and Rec more than The Office. Because I can see myself kicking it with the Parks and Rec gang. If I were to be stuck in a room with anyone from The Office, I'd probably kill myself.
Well, I'm trying to think now.
Like the only one I see myself chilling with is Jim and Pam, maybe Daryl.
You want to chill with Kevin? Come on now.
Nah, because he would fuck up my couch. He would find a way.
Man, I'll tell you, I have watched The Office more than Parks and Rec, but I do love Parks and Rec.
I see myself like Ben. I love Ben.
Ben,
Tom, Leslie, April.
treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
Man, that oh gosh, it's such a
You know
good
what?
show.
Parks and Rec has probably my favorite quote from any TV show.
Yeah.
I'm about to come down this tube like Thor's hammer Mjolnir. I'm about to go Mjolnir on his ass. That's my favorite line ever.
Was that Retta?
Yeah, Retta, character of
Her name was Donna?
Donna.
Yeah.
I'm about to go Mjolnir on his ass. I love everything about that. That quote is perfect. The camera work, the delivery.
Yeah, dude, Parks and Rec really, like, we've talked about this off air, but like, the first season was, it was all right.
Yeah, it was like The Office's first season.
Yeah, but then, like, I think when Ben and,
Chris
came in.
Chris Traeger.
Ann Perkins. When they came in, it was like, that's when you knew the show was like, okay.
It was kick.
Okay.
And it has
get you.
It has one of my favorite relationships in TV ever. Not Ben and Leslie.
Right.
Leslie and Ron.
Right.
Because when I was thinking before Ben came in, I thought that Leslie and Ron were gonna get together, and
Did you really?
That made me roll my eyes like, oh, all right, here we go. The opposites attract and all that. But no, they maintained a platonic relationship, which is rare in TV.
And then the last season, an animosity.
Oh, that broke my heart.
That was weird.
That broke my heart.
That was strange.
Ron and Leslie not being friends, that broke my heart. Genuinely, like
it threw me off. I was like, this doesn't feel right.
They were thick as thieves.
I don't feel safe. Yeah.
I was genuinely
weird.
hurt.
And then like they eventually made up.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, but
and then they quoted a scene, a quote from like I think the second season. Why does anyone eat anything else that's not breakfast food? People are idiots, Ron. And when they said it in season 2, it was reversed.
yeah.
Leslie said it, and then Ron said, "People are idiots." Nope.
Yeah, man.
That's a nice callback.
Ron Swanson is such a character, man.
Nick Offerman.
He's so good, and his wife Megan.
Oh yeah. Many things.
She was Tammy too.
Yeah, Tammy too. Many things about Ron's character are taken from Nick Offerman, like the carpentry. Nick Offerman is actually a carpenter.
Remember Ron and Ron?
Yeah.
Sam Elliott did a guest spot.
Ram tough.
He's like, Ron's like, I like Ron.
No need to curse.
And and then, Ron Swanson is slowly finding out that this other Ron is like
a vegetarian, hippie,
like
vegan.
green, like, environmental stuff. And
Shut your goddamn mouth. No need to curse.
No need to curse.
There most certainly is.
I love, like, Ron Swanson's face. Like, you can just see him, like, the realization that he's like, oh, man, I don't like Ron. And then, because the best part, it cuts to him again, and he's like, I no longer like Ron. Dude, he's like, what the hell is a freaking vegan?
But I like the characters in Parks and Rec a little bit more than I like the characters in.
I got to go back and watch Parks and Rec again. I think I've watched it all through once. I've watched, like I said, The Office more, but I will say,
like, there's no characters I hate in that show. In The Office, I can name like 1 or 2 characters I hate.
Yeah. What was who's that guy that Leslie was running against for city council?
Bobby Newport?
No, but he was like frizzy hair, curly hair. They didn't like him. I can't remember. We'll think of it. But I think his name started with a Z. I don't know.
All I remember is Bobby Newport.
Yeah, that dude was sketch.
Paul Rudd.
He was in that. He was in that.
Give it to me. Give me the election. Just give it to me.
Give it to me. Yeah, man. When Chris Traeger and Ann left, it just broke my heart.
Yeah, but it didn't have the. it was a good change, but
It
it wasn't a
was.
change that would drastically change the show, like Michael leaving the office.
Right. Yeah. I mean, with Anne and Chris, you're like, oh, they gotta go do that. That it's nice. It's a good wrap up.
Yeah,
And the show still worked.
it's good for their character arcs.
So, I gotta ask, because you brought up Michael leaving. What'd you think of Robert California?
Why Robert California? Why bring that up?
Cause like I just thought it because like you brought up Michael leaving, and then he was one of the guys that came in and took over.
He took Joe's job of CEO.
Yeah, I loved it because
Jim was like convinced her to give him the job of CEO. CEO.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember like I was dying because they brought in all these like huge names to interview.
Yeah, Jim Carrey,
Carrey.
Ray Romano.
Yeah, and then like Robert California comes in, he's like, "You're gonna give me this job."
He walks in the office and immediately turns around and gets his job as CEO.
Yeah, he's like, "You're gonna give me this job."
And then they gave the manager job to Andy.
Yeah. Oh man, Andy's whole arc just made me sad.
I don't hate Andy,
I don't hate Andy. I love
but
Andy.
I feel like the show went on for one season too long.
One season too. Yeah, I felt like when he was like trying to win Aaron over, I was like, that's sweet. But then it's like he became an asshole, and I didn't understand. Like, Andy's not an asshole.
Like the signs of the toxicity of that relationship were apparent before he even started.
Yeah, yeah. I can
Acting
see
like a
that.
high schooler, like I can't show I'm interested. I gotta let her come to me. I'm like, bro, you're in your 40s.
Dude, one of the most
You're
like,
in your 40s. Ball up. Be a man.
one of the most like it's not cringy. Cringy isn't the word, but you remember that episode where the garden party
Oh.
and like Andy's parents or dad, I think, just tears into him, and they're all just like, I feel so bad for the dude.
And then they were being nice to him.
Yeah, 'cause
Knock
I
dog.
heard that.
Cold brew.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, that's good.
That was good. I mean,
That's good.
they established a nice family-like relationship within the members of the office, which I like.
I was like, man, Andy's dad's a dick.
Yeah, so no wonder he is the way that he is.
Yeah, man, Andy with his anger management, he's punching the wall.
Yeah, I mean, you remember when Andy went to Florida to get Aaron, and he was still technically with his fiance.
Yeah, who was he with? I can't remember.
I forgot her name, but he was still technically engaged.
Right, and then he shows up to their house
Shows up to her house twice
with Aaron.
With Aaron twice.
Yeah,
First he's like, I'm gay.
yeah.
Second he's
I'm
like,
gay.
I'm actually in love with this other person. That's even worse than I'm gay.
Oh my god. Scott's Tots.
Oh my! I refuse. I've watched that episode. I've rewatched the entire series like 4 times. I've only seen Scott's Tots like twice.
So I love the episode.
It's too.
No, explain to me like what's the hate?
I don't hate it.
No, because I know there's a whole lot of people who don't like the episode.
It's just too cringy for me to watch.
Yeah, so it's just that cringe factor.
It hit too close to home for me. Imagine if, because I did go to a lower income school.
Yeah.
And imagine this magical white person comes in saying, I'll pay for your college career.
Right.
Then you work hard to get good grades and get into a college. You think you're made in the shade.
And then
he comes back years later.
He has
he's
to
like,
actually pay.
He's like, yeah, I can't do that. I would have jumped his ass.
Oh my god.
I would have jumped his
They were
ass
so happy
in the
that
classroom.
They sang a song for him.
They sang a song.
dance.
And
then he give him calculators?
he gave them batteries. Laptop batteries.
Yeah. It wasn't even calculators, it was like
But they were lithium.
Yeah. He threw them at him, didn't he?
They were
And then he did pay for that one kid's books.
he said he was, but he didn't.
He didn't? Man.
Ooh,
We were
so
talk-
much wrong.
We were talking about that things that make you go brr. Just, oh man. Yeah, The Office is cool. I'm gonna definitely have to watch Parks and Rec like again because I've watched it through maybe twice.
I mean, if there's one thing, one big takeaway to learn from Parks and Rec is that democracy is hard.
Oh yeah, yeah. She made the whole like she made it to what
She
at
made
the end.
she was the director of parks or something.
Yeah, she made it to the top.
Yeah, but but first she was like city councilwoman.
Yeah.
Then she was director of parks. As she kept getting shat on as councilwoman.
Oh, dude, they hated
Even
like,
though
just everything about
the
it.
soda tax, I'm like, well, you know, that could help. I mean, you guys aren't really the most fit of people.
I'll be honest. When that show first started, I was like, it's just kind of annoying. Not gonna lie, I didn't see it. But then as the show went on, I was like, I get it.
Yeah,
You get it. And then like with Ben, I was like, that's perfect.
that's my favorite relationship in TV.
Well, you said Ron, and
No, that's my favorite like French like
that's your
different
favorite love relationship.
love relationship. Leslie and Ben.
Leslie and
That's
Ben.
the relationship I want. We're
When
we're both dorks, but also horny as hell.
when he goes into his office and like it's his birthday, I think.
They would every single chance they would get, they would fuck.
But like, yeah, they would. But then it.
That's the relationship I want. We're both dorks, but also horny as hell.
Remember when he opened his drawer and like the confetti popped out?
Oh, that was for prom. It was asking him out for prom.
Yeah, and he's like,
I'm
"Oh,
dying!
I'm dying."
My ears are ringing, and I'm dying.
when he was at home, like not working, and he made those claymation.
Would a depressed person make this?
Yeah,
No.
it's like he spent like a whole day on it, and it was like 1 second.
Yeah.
And Chris is like, "That's great, buddy.
And then
That's great, buddy."
you can like there's a subreddit moments where you can see somebody dying inside. The moment where he realized all that time for 1 second, you can see that on his face. He's dying inside. All that time passed.
Yeah. He's like, he's looking, he's like,
He's just dead inside. All that time wasted for 1 second.
Yeah, what a show, man. And, Chris Pratt really came into his own in that show.
Oh yeah, Chris Pratt. Man, I love Chris Pratt.
He was just likable from the beginning.
He was I'll be honest. First time I watched the show, I hated him.
You thought he was a dick.
He was no.
Like,
I just thought he was
just like lazy and like
I thought he was too dumb.
too dumb.
Too dumb. But then rewatching the show, I'm like, you know what? You all right.
When when he's doing the shoe shine, he's shining Ron's shoes.
Yeah.
And he does that little moan.
What the
What
fuck?
the fuck, man?
he, pretty sure Ron just came
He's
in
like,
his. Pretty sure Ron just came.
Ron's like, I don't know what that was. I emoted a sound. A sound is a sound is a sound.
He
I don't
just
know. A sound is a sound. I don't know.
I've never received a shoe shine so good that I just come in my pants.
And then like he just hands him the dollar. They don't even make eye contact. Chris is just looking down like, oh god, oh man, good times. And like Tom's whole arc is great.
Oh yeah, I love Tom.
I mean, I think at the end he doesn't even have a successful business, but he's happy.
Exactly. He becomes success off of his unsuccessfulness.
Right, man.
I think the main reason why I like Parks and Rec more than The Office is that I can see myself in a real life situation enjoying my job at Parks and Rec more than Dunder. In real life, if I worked at Dunder Mifflin, Michael would not be boss anymore. He would have so many sexual harassment suits against him.
People like that's the whole thing about The Office. Like people are like, oh, Michael's annoying.
In a real life situation, Michael would have been out long before Holly even came in.
Yeah, and I mean, well, yeah, because like the second ever episode, he's like doing a racist thing. like the race episode, the
Yeah.
sensitivity.
Googie. Try
Oh,
my cookie.
that was so. I rewatched that the other day, and I was like, that is so.
And then
She just slaps him.
and then Pam accidentally walks in on him while he's changing.
Oh yeah. Remember when?
If it were an iPod, it'd be a shuffle.
Remember when Michael's dating Pam's mom?
Oh, yeah. Even that was not cool. I
He's
started
like-
hating.
He's like, I'm just gonna start dating her harder.
I was on Pam's side there. I was on Pam's
Oh yeah,
side.
you're like, come on, guy.
My friend, I was watching it with my friend Kate. Kate was like, Pam's acting like a bitch. I'm like, bitch, you acting like a How would you react if Michael was like this close to being your daddy?
Oh man, imagine Michael Scott as your stepdad.
If Michael Scott was my dad, I would excommunicate myself from the family.
You would, yeah, you would disown your family.
I would disown
You would
myself. I'll
just-
put myself up for adoption.
Oh man, yeah, both shows are just great.
But yeah, I feel like I would feel happier working for Leslie than I would working for Michael.
I mean, they both have their like annoying moments, but I feel like Michael.
Leslie's annoying moments, they're adorkable. They're something like you could like. They're not something as big as Michael's annoying moments. Michael's annoying moments could get him either arrested or killed.
I feel like Michael is one of those guys. Like, if you got to understand Michael. If you walk in, okay, let's just say you're a new employee. He's gonna be annoying, but people like Jim, Pam, they understand who he is. So they're like, that's Michael.
Yeah, but even like during the first episodes of the first season, even Jim
Yeah.
got tired of Michael. Like the part where they were gonna give him raises.
Yeah.
Jim, he wasn't having that shit. He slammed his shit down on the desk and walked out.
Remember when they hold Michael's nephew hostage?
Oh no, they hold a pizza boy hostage.
He was his nephew, though. Right?
No,
Oh, no.
That was a separate episode.
It was a separate. The pizza. They held him hostage. That could have been like he could have got arrested for that.
Yeah, like
That's like arrestable stuff.
I don't know what they did. I think maybe they
it's funny,
bribed.
though.
I think they bribed him or something to not tell the cops or something.
Yeah. They did something with his nephew. I thought though, like he
He spanked him.
Yeah.
You are going to learn to be more professional, Luke.
And then like everyone's like, what the fuck just happened?
No, they cheered him on. Luke was like, "What the fuck just happened, man? Fuck this shit," and walked out.
He actually said it too.
Yeah, man, fuck this.
Fuck this shit. Evan Peters.
Yeah,
Oh man.
I like cinema. Boondock Saints.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah, dude. I don't know. I feel like the Parks and Rec office would be more relaxed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even though Ron tries to sow the seed of chaos, who
Yeah.
broke the coffee machine?
Yeah.
I'm not angry. I just want to know who did it. Ron, Don's been quiet for an awful long time. Really?
Yeah. I love how serious everyone took the death of that little pony horse.
Little Sebastian,
Little Sebastian. Like Ron was like devastated.
he lost his eyebrows.
Yeah, because Chris Pratt's character even wrote a song.
Bye, Little Sebastian.
Yeah.
Up in horsey heaven, here's the thing.
Because Ben didn't understand it,
He still doesn't.
and like everyone's like, show some goddamn respect.
Show some goddamn respect. This is Little Sebastian, you fucker.
He's like, half mass is still too high.
He have I thought another politician bit the dust.
Yeah.
Then I got the news. Half mast just way too high.
Oh yeah. He's like, I thought another bureaucrat.
He thought another
bit the
bureaucrat
dust.
bit the dust when he came in, saw the flag at half mast.
Yeah.
But then he figured that was Little Sebastian. He was like,
Yeah.
oh, and then Ben lied about Little Sebastian just to get some pussy.
Oh god.
We've all been there.
I mean,
We've all lied about. Oh,
we've all lied about a small horse.
13 Reasons Why. I love that show. Can I get some pussy now?
Yeah.
I've been in that situation. A girl I was talking to, she was like, "You gotta watch 13 Reasons Why. It's such a good show." I watched it. It was boring as hell for me, but I had to give the illusion I enjoyed
Well,
it.
I've never watched that show, and thankfully I've never been in that position where someone's like, "You need to watch that show." I do remember I was with my girlfriend at the time, and I was at her house, and we were watching TV, and she wanted to watch the Twilight movies. And
That's a small price to pay for pussy.
well, like, we were laying, and like she just fell asleep, and like I didn't want to like wake her up, and so I'm just sitting there watching this movie, like this sucks.
I would just change the channel. Then when she
The
woke,
remote was like I couldn't reach it.
then when she woke up, I'm like, "Oh, baby, you missed the
You missed it.
movie.
It's over."
You missed the movie."
I do remember one movie that like was a pleasant surprise for me that I watched with her was I don't know if you remember that Charlie St. Cloud
Nope.
with Zac Efron. It was like about his brother who died. and
Nope.
he has to go play catch with him, and
You keep going. No.
it's I know it's Zac Efron, but it's a good fucking movie.
You keep going. I'm like, I have no
It's,
idea what you're talking
It's a
about.
fucking great movie. I ain't even gonna lie, but yeah, no. Parks and Rec and The Office are just great shows. You
Yeah,
know?
and like during the first couple weeks of Parks and Rec's run, people kept comparing it to The Office.
Yeah, but it distances. itself.
It's different. It's different.
It's different. It's definitely different because
It's like Coke and Pepsi.
Parks and Rec came out what third season of The Office? Maybe second, third.
No. It was
2007, 8,
I don't know.
something like that. But no, it definitely differentiated. That's a big word. The word of the day.
I don't think it was
differentiated.
third season. I think it was way later on.
Maybe, but it definitely was different. Parks and Rec was one of those shows back in the day. I remember like everyone's like, "Oh, it's so good." They got like an ensemble cast. It's just it's a funny show, but I didn't watch it till later.
All I knew about Parks and Rec were the memes.
Yeah, yeah.
Memes I had no context for, so I didn't laugh.
I remember when they're doing the cookout and he brings that pig. Ron brings the pig,
Yeah.
and the guy's like, "Yeah, Ron, you can't kill that pig." He's like, "I got a permit."
I got a permit.
He's like, "This just says I can do whatever I want."
Oh yeah, this is my boyfriend. This is my boyfriend's boyfriend. Lots of memes about that.
Remember when they're at Chris's house and like Ron's thinking he's gonna get beat and like Chris says it's vegetarian.
He brings out like
Yeah.
grilled mushrooms.
Well, like they're at the grill and Ron's looking and Chris is like, "Yeah, this is like all like no meat. It's like all like processed." And then Ron's like,
My
he
favorite.
stumbles over.
One of my favorite Ron moments is the one where Leslie brings all the past directors of. What's Ron's position again?
He's the boss, big man. I don't know.
Oh well. Okay, so she brought all the past boss big mans.
Boss, big man.
And then she brings him to the park for like a picture. Then Ron's walking with her. He's like having a hissy fit. Like, relax, I brought you some bacon. Then she goes to her purse. There's an empty Ziploc bag.
Yeah.
It's like, where'd the bacon go? I smelled it when you got here and ate it. Now I have no bacon and I hate everything. Then he just shuffles
runs.
off.
No,
Like a
they
child.
They were like doing a hike or something.
No,
Right?
they were like going to the park to take a picture for like
Okay.
the catalog or something.
Yeah.
I have no bacon. Everything sucks, and you ruin everything. And he just runs off like a little kid.
I also love the part when the episode where Tammy 1 comes back, and like Ron hears about it, and he
My
goes down
fa-
the hall, breaks like through like a.
He breaks off a leg of a chair, sticks it on a wall, stands on it, goes into events.
And it's a pack of bacon. He's got a backpack of like meat.
Every single time Tammy 2 comes, he just goes, "She's here."
He's here. Tammy 1 was.
And the camera is. Wait, was it Tammy 1 or
no,
Tammy 2?
Tammy 1 was a scary one.
Which one was the one where he's his actual wife? Was that
Tammy 2.
Tammy 2. Which one? Okay.
Tammy 1 was. She just was terrifying.
It was the old lady?
Yeah.
She would. Tammy, every single time Tammy 2 comes, my favorite thing about Ron is that every single time Tammy 2 comes on screen, like the camera just pans in on him and he's like, "She's here."
She's here.
He's like a
He just can't.
like a beast is coming.
He just can't help himself.
Winter is coming.
Winter is coming. Man, yeah, because they are married in real life.
Yeah.
Mulaney. It's not Mulaney.
I don't know her real name.
Anyways,
They're married in real life. That's all I know.
yeah, when they go on like that bender and they get in jail and Ron's got like the cornrows
Yeah.
and like we're like, "Ron, we think you need some help."
He's got the cornrows. Half his mustache is gone from friction.
For friction. Man, what? Like I was saying, what? show.
I still haven't.
What show?
I need to conduct an experiment to see whether or not that's true. So if there's any volunteers, to see if a mustache
You
can
get
come.
a you get a girl mustache and then
I have
you
a
got it. You got it.
I have a mustache.
Yeah.
If there's any volunteers for this experiment to see whether or not friction can make it go away,
Yeah.
just drop me a line.
Yeah, just comment your name and
I have specific what's the word parameters for the test subject.
oh man. Wow.
Single.
I don't know if that would actually. I mean, there would have to be a lot of friction. That's all I'm saying.
I
A
believe-
lot of friction. But anyway, yeah.
If she had a bush, I guess.
Wow, we're not. I don't know about that. I mean, well,
Different show. It's a different show.
Yeah, we can maybe discuss that on a different show. But
Pussy politics.
I was just thinking that'd be a terrible title for this episode. Just
Pussy politics.
use that for the.
That's
We would get flagged so hard.
that's a soundbite. Pussy politics.
So this is we kind of like improv this episode, but it was great. We talked to Parks and Rec and talked The Office and our Marvel, how boring Lincoln is, and how cultured Chicago is.
Yeah.
All that good
Portillo's.
stuff. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We'll be back Tuesday or Monday of next week, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.
Peace.